What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer and I'm back with another reaction video. I am currently in Puerto Rico, so apologies for the lighting and the everything around you not being all that great. I'm currently recording this on a bed, so please bear with me. But yeah, we're going to be checking out the gameplay walkthrough for Unknown 9. This is a game that was shown off at the last PlayStation State of Play, and we've actually seen it before in other events. And it's a game I'm curious about because the combat looked intriguing. It looked you can like jump between characters and like force them to do certain things. So like combat seems to be a puzzle more than anything else, which is interesting. And I want to check it out. So yeah, enough of me talking. Let's get into it.
Rated T for Teen.
Hi, I'm Christophe Rossignol, Creative Director at Reflector Entertainment. I'm here to give you a sneak peek of what our upcoming action-adventure game Unknown 9 Awakening has to offer. Let's start with the game's prologue. Aruna and her mentor Reka
It
are
could
chasing
be
Vincent and
YouTube.
the Ascendants deep into the Mauritanian desert. They stumble upon one of their encampments, which blocks their progress.
It could be
Aruna can
YouTube,
use
but
her picking
visually the
ability
game
to
is
evaluate the
looking
threat and plan her next move.
a little rough. But again, it could just be YouTube, the compression.
Here, she chooses to sneak up on a single enemy to find the herd before heading into battle.
Always stealth takedowns, always nice.
Aruna has access to various melee attacks, as well as unbreak abilities, like the push to efficiently dispose of her opponents.
Alright, now show us the main mechanic, come
Aruna's
on.
most compelling power is stepping, through which she can briefly
Yeah,
jump
there
in
it
her
is.
assailants' bodies. Let's move forward in the game to see more of Aruna's abilities. As Aruna faces increasingly powerful enemies, she must get creative to survive. Here, a bruiser and several other ascendants stand in her hero's path. As soon as the encounter starts, Aruna pushes an enemy into a fire hazard to neutralize surrounding threats. Unbreak abilities, like the pull, require arm energy, a resource that fills back up through melee combat. Stepping tokens, on their part, are granted by defeating enemies. Ascendants will sometimes try to keep their distance. Good thing she can reel them in with a pull. The Bruiser is a dangerous opponent. Aruna must juggle between all her abilities to take him out, while Luther takes care of lesser threats. With the range Ascendant taken care of, she can focus her offensive on the Bruiser. Aruna blocks his punches, lands a few hits, and evades his grappling attempt, opening him up for a counterattack.
Ooh, that animation looked really rough.
Now, let's take a look at another combat encounter, tackled with a completely different approach. After a quick peek through the fall, Aruna uses her Ripple ability to gather nearby ascendants around an environmental hazard. She triggers the explosive from a distance, then uses her shroud to safely move out into the open. Unsuspecting opponents can be taken down from behind as Aruna rips their shade from their corporal shells. By taking this route, Aruna also avoids a Quester detector, which is a piece of Ascendant technology that detects Umbric energy wielders like Aruna. From
You have
here,
a lot
she
of
can safely
abilities.
make her way
And
to
that
an
person was
isolated
nowhere
enemy.
near that fire.
She could go in and take her out, but instead opts for her stepping powers. Each successive step in the sequence upgrades the controlled Ascendant's attack. With two available tokens, Aruna lines up two enemies and defeats them simultaneously with an empowered arm blast while setting up a final takedown on the remaining threat.
All clear.
In between thrilling action sets, Unknown Awakening offers quieter exploration sequences in beautiful and detailed exotic environments.
I'll be taking the long way round.
Exploring the levels and going off the beaten path can lead to useful discoveries.
So many lazy summer days beating Azad at goalie. I just wish the last time we played was a better memory.
Here, Aruna uses her crush ability to destroy a wall.
Crush? It looked like pull.
Then climbs on vines to reach the upper levels of the temple she's passing through.
Again, it could just be YouTube and the compression, but visually,
The animals are busy today.
the game looks a little rough. Again, it's more than likely the YouTube compression.
There, she finds an anomaly, an Umbric artifact granting her noises points. She can invest them in one of her 3 skill trees to improve her abilities in various ways.
What I was saying before is, they seem to be giving you a lot of different abilities: push, pull, invisibility, brush, and then obviously upgrading the main ability with being able to, you know, jump into multiple people, walk around longer, use it for longer.
Let's now move to one final encounter before we end.
Seem quite
Ascendants are everywhere.
versatile.
Aruna tries the stealthy approach, but triggers the Questar detector. Several opponents are alerted, but she has the tools to come out victorious. She distances herself from her assailants to assess the situation. An explosive hazard is near. The enemies are clustered. Aruna uses her stepping ability to break up and heavily damage the group. She also cleverly positions the second enemy to create an offensive opportunity as soon as she gets back to her body. On top of her physical attacks, Aruna also has access to Umbric strikes, targeting the enemy's face gauge. Once full, they are staggered, opening them up for a powerful burst attack. Here, Aruna triggers a shroud to resume the fight with an advantage, but an Ascendant has already spotted her. Defeating him grants her enough tokens to step again. Aruna cleverly positions her puppets to take advantage of the environmental hazard and of the successive steps' power boosts. That's it for today, but we have much more in store for you. Be sure to follow Unknown's official channels for the latest updates.
Solid but rough. Alright, that was the gameplay walkthrough for Unknown 9. And again, like I said it multiple times, but I'm pretty sure it's probably because of YouTube's compression. But the game was looking like it was running at like 330p, 40p. It was a bit rough. It was really rough. And I can totally see that if at a proper, you know, visual like fidelity, the game looks like art style wise, it looks good. I will say that. Combat is the most interesting aspect. Obviously, like all the different abilities we get. I was actually surprised by how many abilities they showed off the bat. And I can only assume that those are just the first ones you get, and eventually you get even more. And obviously you can upgrade them. And so that's the most interesting aspect of this game to me, is the combat, of how it's more of a puzzle of like setting up the characters to like hit each other, setting things off. But there were a few things that looked a bit wonky in combat, like when the guy was like went to grab her and he was clearly close enough, but they made it to like where she was just he didn't grab her. It was a little weird. And then when that one person caught on fire when they were really not at all close to the little torch that we exploded to set them on fire, we were actually a pretty good distance away. So again, there was like these rough spots here and there. So far, I would say again, combat is the most interesting aspect, and I'm curious to know more. So I would say that I am curious to know and see more of this game. I'll give it that. But those are my thoughts. That's my reaction. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment down below. I appreciate any and all feedback. Subscribe. I'm streaming on Twitch, so please consider following me there at twitch.tv/justagamerink, all together one word, or you can click the link below. Which honestly, I don't know why I said that, because I'm in Puerto Rico right now, so I'm not gonna be able to. I have not been able to stream for like the last week, so I don't know. Apologies, ignore me. But regardless, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good game.